Now, Sports Talk with Broads. Here's Hunter Brody.
Was that too much to ask for? Was that too much to ask for? 15-3. Shove it! Shove it, Sandy! Man, this squad just has his number. He can't do a damn thing against your fighting Phils. It all started with Jake Cave. The way he turned on that pitch and sent it to Marsh, that was filthy. That was absurd. The way this offense just poured in runs nonstop all damn night. Multiple hits for basically everybody, except for, of course, Cody Clemens. Stubbs, a little banged up, as you can see. He gets the benefit of the doubt. Now, we'll talk about this lineup because before the game started, full disclosure, I hated it. I despised it. But it ended up working out. The way that one inning went, with Jake Cave's homer, Stott, your new leadoff man, gets on. He steals Trey Turner. He's active on the base paths, too. You got Bohm, Castellanos, Nicky doubles. Hey, this is improvement. He went from Nicky singles to Nicky doubles. Getting on second base, the guys are running all around the bases, and they're just having fun. I feel like after the game was over, they met out in right field, and Rob Thompson was speaking to his team as they all sat in pretzel style and got handed freeze pops, because that's the way it looked like when we were playing Little League, and we were pounding our opponent and kicking them in the dirt. Maybe some orange slices from the parents. That's what it was like as they were running around and scoring at will and doing whatever they wanted to do out there. And I want to make sure it is known that Matt Strom, you did a hell of a job today. 5 innings, no earned runs. There's something about his personality that definitely connects with this city. He's basically begging. From the broadcast, we heard that he's begging Rob at time. Do you need me in the pen? Okay. I know I just started a couple days ago. Do you need me as a reliever? Okay. Do you need me to go another inning? Okay. Whenever you need me, I want the baseball. It's great. He's been excellent. And before the scoring started happening and they exploded, he battled in the first inning. Could have went Miami's way. Could have went down 1-0. Now, you score 15 runs, but who knows? After yesterday's performance, when they were miserable on the bases, does that snowball into being down 1-0? And then the energy in the dugout's a little different. Instead, that Jake Cave homer flipped the script, and the team really fed off of that. Alec Bohm, 6 RBI. Another home run. Make it 3 on the season. It just looks natural, too. It looks like he's just putting barrel on the ball. The added weight, the approach at the plate. It's outrageous. It's beautiful. 6 RBI. Castellanos, 3 RBI, 3 runs. That was a good old-fashioned kick of the ass. And that's exactly what this team needed. Now, the last time we saw this Phillies team do something that felt this good, it wasn't too long ago. It was Bryson Stott walk-off against the Cincinnati Reds. What happened after that? A bad loss. You know what that means? Can't happen again. Let's go. Kick their teeth in. Bust them up. Seriously, hit them with the right hook and put them to sleep. Attack. I want that mentality each and every day. And I want you to steal their soul. You did that in game 1. You won't have that level of offense every game, of course. And what about after? When it was I think, what did it go 13-0? Was that where it stopped before they finally got a run on the board by hitting a home run? Yeah, it was 13-0 after Bohm's home run, and then Gurriel had a homer, 13-1. That's seventh inning. I just want to point out how, oh, no, you go, come on. These games are supposed to start moving. let's get moving here. Let's not stall. Let's not get stuck here in an inning. And thankfully, it started to move a bit from there. So, all right, let's get to the lineup. Because when the lineup dropped this afternoon, I wasn't a fan. Previously, we had a caller call into the Anytime hotline and ask, because the top of the lineup wasn't producing, is it time to move Kyle Schwarber? And because Bryson Stott has been so good, that you put him at the top of the lineup. My argument was, no, I want to keep Schwarber up there. I like Stott at that second half. He can help flip the lineup over. Well, JT Realmuto being out changes that for me on this particular night. I'm not against Bryson Stott being a top-of-the-lineup guy. I think that's what his skill set is. With JT out, a right-handed bat, you could put Turner in the 2, have Kyle Schwarber bat 3, Bryson Stott up there, so it's lefty, righty, lefty. I had no issue with the top of the lineup today on a single game basis. And yes, there is some flexibility you can do with Bryson Stott at the top. I didn't think he was so bad he couldn't perform at the top. I just like the idea of what he can do at the back end of your order and can help flip some things around. It makes it longer of a batting order, makes it tougher. Tonight, everybody really got going except for one man, so it is what it is. Poor Cody Clemens. Where I was confused, and it ended up working out. So I'm crediting Rob. The button that was pushed wasn't as egregious as I thought. But going up against a Cy Young caliber pitcher, hey, Jay Clave, Cody Clemens, and Garrett Stubbs as your 7, 8, 9, it made me uncomfortable. I can't lie. We have hindsight now, so it is what it is. But I don't think it's absurd to feel a certain type of way about those players. And I wasn't mad at Stubbs being in the lineup either, because you have to get JT Realmuto off of his feet. So I could live with Stubbs at the back end. I could live with Turner on this base with this circumstances in it. I could understand how it dictated throwing Stott up at the lineup, and you see what his speed can do, and he's getting on base, and he's playing a good role. But JT being out helped that happen. I'm curious what Rob does tomorrow with a lefty on the mound. It really was Brandon Marsh hit a home run and had 3 hits. He had 3 RBI too. It's crazy looking at this box score. Every single player just rolling. But yeah, with a left-handed pitcher on the bump tomorrow, what's Rob going to do with Bryson Stott? Does he keep him at the top? Does he slot JT back in? Obviously, he's going to play. And at this point, you do have to wonder what is going to be the insurance policy with Garrett Stubbs, because he's banged up. Now, credit to him for battling it out and being tough and being that role player teammate that when the team needs you, he was there for you. But I do feel in this next little window of backup catcher, this little window with Garrett Stubbs, Marchand wasn't healthy to start the year. There's a lot happening right now. So just keep that in mind. Didn't look pretty. 15 runs sure did, though. Marsh can hit the baseball, huh? Dave Dombrowski got that one right. He saw him out in Los Angeles and said, there's something in this kid. Let us have him. Let us get some time to work with K. Long, because we can really do something here. Let's tweak it. There's a lot within his base. Some things are off, but the base is solid. The framework is there. We will adjust. We can morph Brandon Marsh into someone who can be stellar offensively. Now he's crushing home runs. And he had a great play defensively, reading the ball off the bat out in center field, going to the warning track. The ball would have hit probably the bottom of the wall, and it seemed like there was sun in that direction too. By the way, the field was getting lit up there by a lot of the sun as he's running. Not easy to keep his eye on the ball as he's flying full speed. Makes the catch. Remember, that first inning could have went a different way. Does that change what could have been? I don't know. I guess it's possible, right? So this was tremendous. This was what we like to see. Not much else to say other a complete domination. So, let's go to the phones and let's listen to you all on what was a fantastic night down at the ballpark. Here we go.
Hey, bros. What a game. Biggest win of the season. That literally felt like the 2022 Philadelphia Phillies right there. And it felt like the 2022 Philadelphia Phillies for the first time this year. The fact, Nick Castellanos, I love you. Nick Castellanos, I love you. Nick Castellanos, I love you. Alec Bohm, I love you. Alec Bohm, I love you. Aaron motherfucking Nola tomorrow, bro. I am so hyped for Nola night. Dude, Nola night at the bank, I'm so excited.
Wow, okay. Look, I think you're doing them a disservice by saying this is the first time it felt like last year. The comeback win definitely had me in my feels of last year, just like this did. This did too, and I don't want to do this after every single game. This was last year's team. This was last year's team. This was last year's team. To a degree, we kind of have to look forward, and maybe that's what the ceremony was all about. The ceremony was, yes, let's acknowledge what the Phillies did last year, but it's time to turn the page. I see some of the live viewers asking me what I thought about seeing Gene Segura again as he made his return to get his ring and take his picture with John Middleton and Dave Dombrowski. And yeah, look, I'm a huge fan of Gene Segura. In the early stages of his Phillies tenure, there was a lot of knock on him, and it's like he's not a winning player. He never makes the postseason for a reason. There's so many issues with him at times and all that. And I'm like, well, I feel like that's harsh. And then he helped out this team in very clutch spots last season. I love Gene. Gene's Gene's. I think it's beautiful. But, it's time to turn the page at the same time. And I've had my own times of comparing, and I know because it's early in the season, it's easy to, because we're trying to figure out what it needs to look like based off of what it looked like to get to the World Series. But we kind of have to flip the script a little bit here, and the caller brings up the love for Nicky C. He's definitely doing better. He's got a lot of doubles. Is it crazy for me to like that it's better, but to ask for home runs? Does that make me a bad guy? Does that make me too aggressive on the Nick Castellanos watching? Because as you heard, the caller was fanboying over Nicky C, and that's fine. If you love Nick Castellanos, I can't tell you you're not allowed to enjoy that. If you're that stoked for Aaron Nola at the bank, I can't stop you. There was a lot of excitement there, and that's great. I want excitement. Think about what I do every day. My life really does revolve around what these teams do. I'm a nut job. I'm a nutcase. I just don't feel it that way for Nicky C. It's taken me longer to have the positive thoughts on Alec Bohm than a lot of people did, but I'm there now. I'm there now. When I saw him in spring training, my eye test told me this is legit. And now that I think there's real substance there, I'm hopping on board. It was easy for me this year to see that the Alec Bohm experience will take it up a notch. And while I'm seeing more with Nick, definitely, I need more. I need more. Does that make me a bad guy? Next call. Let's do this.
Awesome win tonight. Strom had an awesome outing. 5 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 6 strikeouts. He's been awesome to watch. and the offense was fantastic. I can't really talk about it enough, but I want to highlight two players in particular, Alec Bohm and Nick Castellanos. I wasn't really sure if we were going to see the power out of Bohm. He had that home run on opening day, but since then, not really anything, and now back-to-back home runs. And Castellanos has been awesome to watch. He went like 3 for 4 tonight. Or 3 for 5, I think. It's been really fun to watch that, the Phillies in general.
The Bohm power, it's not just he's getting home runs. Sometimes some players get the wall scrapers. They barely get over. They go to the first level. They hit the first. I'm not saying the first level as in first deck, second deck. I'm saying first level as in the first row of seats. And it just barely gets over the wall. And the guy who's sitting there in the front row gets it and he celebrates. These things are crushed. Okay? These things are annihilated. And once again, it looks so natural for him. It looks smooth. It's in rhythm. It's in flow. You could see that the recipe that he's using is sustainable. You could see certain players run into home runs. That means there's natural power. Derek Hall, for example. Derek Hall, Rhys Hoskins, any power hitter. It doesn't have to be a specific, but power hitters have so much rawness in their swing. Sometimes some pitches don't deserve to go out. How many home runs from Kyle Schwarber did it look like he just flicked his wrist, he fell to one knee, and it goes the other way over the wall? And you think, are we in Colorado? How? Did it seriously fly that far? But it's the strength. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point we look at a home run similar to that, what I just drew up there for you to visualize. If Bohm does that at this point, because it's raw. It's so fantastic. Let's take another.
Hey, what's going on? Great game tonight. Strom, great start. I love him, man. He's an electric factory. Great first impression. First two starts, I gotta say, better than any Kyle Gibson game last year. I love this lineup tonight. Bryson Stott pairing up with Trey Turner at the top of the lineup. That's great. I love it. Get Stott in those same situations as Turner early in the season, man. He's hot. I think that'd be big for him. Jake Cave, great AD, worked a 3-2 count, like his approach. And on top of that, I think Stott is going to have a little bit more power. I'm not talking home run power, but he's going to drive in some doubles.
Did he say JT? Or did I lose my mind? Did he say JT? Did JT didn't get that bad? Am I nuts? Maybe I heard something. Maybe he said somebody else. Did he say Trey Turner? I don't know. Kyle Gibson's shot was unnecessary. I can't believe I'm sitting here today bringing up Kyle Gibson. One, let me get to your Strom point. Strom does have that electricity. When Jose Alvarado gets a big strikeout and he pumps up the crowd as he's walking off the mound, not everybody can do that. Not everyone can show that emotional side that connects with everybody. You nailed it on the head. Matt Strom is that player. Matt Strom is that guy that can get himself out of a pickle, and then the way he pounds his glove as he's walking off with letting out a roar, letting out a big, not sigh, but a big act of juice, and the fans stand up and giving him ovation as he's walking to the dugout. He can definitely do that. Kyle Gibson fell apart last year. Jeez, these numbers are bad. 5 innings. I'm looking at September 20th, 5 innings pitched, 12 hits, 7 earned runs. 6 innings pitched on October 1st in game 1 of a doubleheader, 7 earned runs, 8 hits. Ew, gross. But there was a time where Kyle Gibson was actually not too shabby. 8 innings, 1 earned run in June. What else was there? 7 innings, 0 earned runs in July. 6 innings, 1 earned run. 6 innings, 2 earned runs. 8 innings, 1 earned run. And those were all within a good stretch of starts in a row. 6 innings, 2 earned runs. 6 innings, 3 earned runs. 7 innings, no earned runs. His August had some really good numbers. Don't know why I'm sitting here talking about this, but I just thought it was a little aggressive, taking the shot at Kyle Gibson, who sucked at the end. Anyway, we'll take one more. We'll call it a day, and we'll sleep on a good victory.
Rhodes, I got one word for you. Jake Caveman. Jake Caveman. The Caveman has hit a home run, and I am sold on Jake Caveman. Also, this fucking Phillies team is, it's fucking good. Bryson Stott, Garrett Stubbs, Nick Castellanos, Alec Bohm. I don't know about Cody Clemens. I think we should send Cody Clemens down and bring up Scott Kingery just to help this team out a bit more.
Oh, the Scott Kingery love! People banging on the table for jetpacks! For the Scotty jetpacks! Jake Cave showed that he can hit some home runs in spring training. I think today helped him out big time. Cody Clemens stinks. Cody Clemens is not the answer at all. But yeah, this was big for Jake Clave. It's funny. It's funny just kind of hearing some of the comments made today, because this one win has everybody feeling such a so positively, and I don't know. It's just funny. It's just funny how we react to this on a day by day basis. 20 hits for your fighting Phils. 20 hits. What I ask is for this team to back this up with a doozy. Back this up with another strong outing. Remember, the last time they did this to us was Bryson Stott's walk-off. The next game, they had a very emotional loss where the Reds just took that great feeling right back. Punched us below the belt. It stung. Sir Anthony was bad. We can't be having that. Let's put some things together here. Let's string it together. Let's show that they can play good ball for 6 games in a row. Let's start the rally. Let's start the good play. Let's sweep a series. Sweep a series! You got your asses swept in Texas. Do it to the next opponent. You should have against Cincinnati. Well, it starts tomorrow with Nola on the bump. Let's do it. I wanted 5 out of 6 wins. You came home for 6 after the start. I wanted 5 wins. That's still in play. But it all comes down to Aaron Nola putting them in a position to make that happen on Wednesday. So, one step at a time. But that's the next step. All right, everyone. Love you. Thank you. I keep saying Jake Clave. Do I? Whatever. Just glancing at the chat on my way out. Don't care what I said. I say the Phillies win 15-3. How about that? Catch you guys on the next one.